Hello, everybody. My name is Shai Rybak, and I am with Clicktale. A little bit about myself. So I'm the VP of Customer Success at Clicktale. I've been working for many years in the point-of-sale industry. Started at a startup called Point of Sale, then at a company called Retalix, and ended up in corporate America, NCR. My background is in software engineering, and I did many roles in product management and development management. And it has been 2 years since I discovered the world of SaaS, software as a service, and it has been great. Very excited about it. Clicktale. So in Clicktale, we are dedicated to digital marketing. Our mission statement is that Clicktale reveals consumer behavior of digital conversation, delivering insights to delight customers and create more value. We're going to get back to this mission statement. We have 230 employees in San Francisco, Tel Aviv, and London. Probably after 2 minutes of me talking, you can already figure out that I'm not from London and not from San Francisco. I'm Israeli based out of Tel Aviv. We have been doing digital analytics since 2006, actually. That is a mistake. And we had we have been focusing on companies that belong to the enterprise segment, top companies of the world for the last 2 years. I would like to quickly introduce you to Clicktale by showing you an example and showing you what we do. In the very basic operation, what we do is to record the interaction of a visitor with the website. We work with companies. We're a B2B, but we track the consumers. And through a quick demo, I would like you to show our capabilities. So this is a website of Trainline, a UK-based. Any British people here? Hi, welcome. So the Trainline is a platform for online booking of train tickets. And let me click the playback. OK. So what we see here is a true customer that is trying to book a train ticket from Gloucester to Campbell. He's trying to pick dates, and he's going to have some friction. And Clicktale is all about finding out this friction. Look what happened. It is from Manchester to London, not from Gloucester to Campbell, as he was trying to do. So he goes again, picks the dates. And now pay attention to what he does in the background. He's going to click an icon in the background, a flag, that takes him to a promotion from Manchester to Piccadilly. This is a clear usability issue of the website. This visitor is trying to pick dates, and by exiting from the return date, he mistakenly clicks on the promotion from Manchester to Piccadilly, and he never gets to his train ticket. So he's going to end up booking for one way only. And this is what he does, from Gloucester to Campbell, simply because he could not figure out a round trip because of that banner on the back. So Clicktale does it in scale. Obviously, a single user does not mean a lot, but the way to get there is through looking at big data and digging deep into the single user to look at examples. So this is just the idea of Clicktale. And I'm going to talk about customer success on top of this type of platform. I believe that most of us here do software as a service, and we're all operating under the constraints of a subscription model where we have to acquire customers. That is the whole sales cycle. Then we have to monetize customers. How do we do it? If your product is good enough, it provides you signals about the usage, on how your customers use your product. And if it is a perfect product, you can even show to your customers what a monetized value, how much money they can save or make with that solution. If there is clear monetization, it leads to an easy retention. But what if it is not so simple to monetize the value? So in the case of Clicktale, the monetization opens a whole flow on the customer side. So we have to analyze the behavior, as we did with the train line. Then we have to take that recommendation of, let's take that banner of Manchester to London promotion and move it out from there so nobody clicks it on mistake. Someone has to implement it. It means that someone has to code an HTML page or to do something that will make the website different. Then we have to reanalyze the impact and monetize. There is a whole loop of events that have to happen here. And there is on the critical path, we have the implementation. If no one implements a change, there is no way that there is going to be monetization. Yeah, so someone will have to take this banner and move it. If we go back to our mission statement, see that we're saying that Clicktale delivers insights. We deliver insights. We do not deliver value. We have to make those insights value. How do you measure the implementation of those insights? And how do you make sure that someone takes whatever great recommendation that you provided and you make out of it a successful business story? We work a lot with champions. We have business champions, and we tend to say that we're as strong as our champion. The champion is the person on the customer's company. It is usually the buyer or the super user that is in charge of implementing the solution. We're putting a lot of faith in that champion, and we have to make sure that not only he gets the value out of the system and he knows how to use it and to push for adoption in his organization, but also that he has the power to take our great recommendations and to move them on to the next piece in the flow, to the next link in the chain, to someone to implement that code change in the website. So a few best practices. I think that at this stage we already understand the challenge of Clicktale, which I do not think that is unique to Clicktale. There are many companies out there that are lacking the feedback loop of implementing a recommendation. How do we make sure that it happens? How do we work around the champion? So we have developed some best practices that start with the mindset of everybody that works in customer success at Clicktale. So first of all, we came up with a consulting practice. It is pretty much in line with a traditional consulting of people that can provide business insights to the customer. And those consultants are Clicktale super users that can see multiple customers in the same segment. And by doing that, they gain a wider view of what are the best practices. These consultants can operate Clicktale on top of the customer's website and provide insights. The way that they do it is like in typical consulting practices. They deliver decks, they deliver documents, they deliver PowerPoints. And in a way, this has become the main value channel, because our customers, our champions, are waiting for the consultant to provide the value through that channel. And in order to make sure that our actionable recommendations are really taken forward to the next link in the chain, they are monetized. So we provide those recommendations, as we have seen with the train line, with a dollar figure or with a percentage of expected increase in conversion rate. And just to give you an idea of the numbers that we're talking about, Any idea how much a mistake like what we have seen with the return line can cost? Just throw a number. So the impact of that single change was 1.5 million pounds. I know that the conversion rate is not great, but this is still a lot of money, still more dollars than 1.5 million. So it is big numbers, and we provide our recommendations with a dollar figure. Even if it is provocative, it creates a discussion. It creates a discussion that you would like to have with your customer. This has created a different challenge. So we have this consulting practice, and our customers got addicted to it. They started to be lazy because here is that expert that can run the data for me, and I do not need to do anything with this sophisticated system. And therefore, there is another important KPI that we're using, and that is adoption. We want to make sure that our consultants push for adoption, so we do not remain with a single point of contact that is addicted to deliverables. So we have to work in parallel, providing insights and also pushing for adoption. There is a lot of importance on what happens with our champion. It is a dynamic industry. We see people starting a job, and a year later they get promoted or moving to a different company. I found very insightful the presentation this morning about Gen Y. These people tend to move a lot, and we're putting a lot of faith in those people because they are our champions. So how do you make sure that that champion remains, or if he leaves because he belongs to Gen Y, how do you make sure that you do not lose the company with losing that champion? So we want to make sure that we embrace that champion. We have to make him shine. Every time that we provide deliverables that are monetized, we want our champion to go around his company and to claim for victory. Anytime that there is a change in the champion's role, it is like a big event for us. We want to make sure that if anything changes on the organizational structure of the customer's company, we are aware, and we're treating it almost as a new onboarding. We have to set the relationship with that person, we have to train the new person, and we have to make sure that the perceived value of everything that we have done so far is properly taken to the next person. We try to have more than one champion. Usually we're giving one person, one champion at the customer's company, because that is the guy that is in charge of Clicktale, but our interest is to have more than one, so we have a fallback, and if we lose one person, we can have another one that can be the new champion. So work horizontally to make sure that we get more champions. And we also work up the organizational ladder and use our company execs to interact with the customer execs. And we even tell our people that our executives are a project resource, nothing less than that. If there is a need to connect higher in the organization, use the Clicktale exec to do that connection, because at the end of the day, we're all here to retain the customer, so if it helps, let's do it. Let me touch a bit about systems that are being used by us. So we use Salesforce as the main database for sales and for contracts. We use Jira. Jira is an ALM system for defects management, but also for time reporting. We just talked about traditional consulting. Traditional consulting comes with tracking time. So we track people's time in Jira, and everything flows into Totango, which is the single version of the truth for customer success. I would like to emphasize the use cases that I just mentioned and the best practices and how we bring them to life in Totango. So we created in Totango success plays to deal with what interests us. So whenever we run behind delivering from the consulting side of the house, we track it in Totango and we start alerting. We create a success play for running behind deliverables, pushing the consultant to engage with the customer and provide something because it has been a while since he did so. We're tracking the usage of specific individuals on the customer side, especially the champion. And if the champion stops using or trends down with the usage, it tells us something. It could be that he lost interest. It could be that he's moving to a different role. We have discovered in the past champions going on maternity leave through the drop in usage. So that is really helpful. This is how it looks in Totango. So the top case is for 90 days running with no deliverables. This is how we configured it as a success play in Totango. And there is another success play for drop in usage. Whenever the usage of certain modules in Clicktale is trending down, it creates also a success play. A customer story to emphasize or recap everything that we just discussed. It is about a Canadian telco operator, one of the top 2 or top 3. We had a champion that would block us from progressing and from doing anything that is meaningful, anything that is value related, and we identified it as a risk because it is a customer champion that is blocking our progress and adoption on the customer side. So we started with working upwards, using executive relationship to take everything that we have done so far, plus another monetized analysis that we provided on their website to an executive. We did it at no cost because it serves our interests. Once we got the buy-in from the top executive, we're able to move horizontally and to get more champions. And the end result is that we have multiple champions, a happy customer, and we're actually ready to renew with a nice upsell. So let's pack everything together. The main takeaways that I would like you to take from this short session is that if you are delivering a SaaS solution to B2B, the champion is key. And also that consulting could still be used as a practice, even though it belongs to the old world of enterprise-to-enterprise consulting, it can still serve for subscription-based models today. Any questions? It is optional. I'll move away because I get some echo. It is optional, but it happens to be that most customers buy it. So that answers the second question. It actually started as lemons, and we turned it into lemonades. It started as a need to enable our solution on enterprise, and it became a market differentiator for us. They're executives. So all different practices that you can imagine. LinkedIn, asking for an introduction, setting for dinner in a trade show, anything that will attract the executive to get engaged. Or you simply go there and knock on the door and try to meet the person. We have to be persistent in what we do. Yeah, thank you. It's a great question. So there is the metric, data-driven stuff that you cannot argue. You can show that he stops using the solution through tools like Totango or others. But there is also the soft sentiment of someone that is starting to push back and to discuss commercials or to question the perceived value of the solution. So it is a combination of both. You have to look at system signals and at the same time listen to the customer.
Cases that you've had challenging adoption, how have you gone around that? If you had an executive champion pushing it, a team is not using it. Can you share some experiences of how you pushed to drive that adoption?
So I'm not sure that I got the question right.
You have an executive sponsor for it, or you have a team that is not the team and the executive sponsor. How have you experienced that? How did you still get past together to that?
Yeah, so I think that whenever we monetize, it is very difficult to argue with the monetization. Someone can argue if it is 1.5 million pounds or 1.2, but it's still over 1 million, so who cares? So we try to monetize so people can also be bought into the data and into real money that they're leaving on the table. Once people agree to that, I think that it is no longer about wanting to use a solution or not.
Thank you, Shai, for speaking with us. We're going to move on to Michael with Better Cloud.